This man saves an injured crocodile, but years later it visits him back with a surprise. Ambo was going about his daily routine of fishing when he suddenly felt a strong tug on his fishing rod. He assumed that he had caught a big fish, but when he saw a dark shadow passing under his boat, he knew that it was something else. It turned out to be a 4-meter-long crocodile, and what happened next left both Ambo and the crocodile in an unexpected situation. Ambo hailed from Bontan City, Indonesia, and he spent half of his life on the water. He earned an old wooden fishing boat that he sailed out to sea every morning, catching fish to sell in the market by the docks. Ambo worked tirelessly to support his newborn son. Every catch of fish he made helped him pay for his son's education, ensuring that he wouldn't have to follow in his father's footsteps as a fisherman. Ambo worked alone, preparing the bait and fishing lines and navigating his boat out to sea each day, which was no easy feat. He lived by the river and kept his small boat close by, so he had to navigate through a narrow river for 10 minutes before reaching the calm sea. On a peaceful morning, Ambo paddled to one of his favorite fishing spots. He arrived before any other fisherman and enjoyed the tranquility of the sea as the sun rose behind the horizon. However, if he had known what awaited him in the water that day, he might have reconsidered getting into his boat. Ambo grew up near the Guntung River, a place that he had watched transform into a small city over his lifetime. When he was a boy, he and his father would sit in their boat for hours without seeing another soul. But now, he could see big boats in the distance, shipping coal and materials to the island. Although it meant more money for the local economy, it also caused more pollution in the river. Despite all the changes, Ambo tried not to let it bother him. The fish and animals in the sea still made him feel connected to his hometown. Even on his days off, he enjoyed swimming near the reef and discovering new fish. After Ambo stopped his boat and set up his fishing line, he was ready to relax and watch the sunrise. But he didn't have much time to unwind as something in the water was about to change his life. One of Ambo's fishing lines suddenly jerked to the left. He looked over the side of the boat and thought that it must have been a big fish. However, he saw the shadow of something pass under the boat that was too pointy and large for a fish. As the shadow tugged on the fishing line, it pulled the fishing rod into the water behind it. Ambo was too slow to react and couldn't grab it in time. His boat was rocking from side to side, and he tried to steady it. Suddenly, a massive green body emerged from the water. In between the splashes of water, Ambo saw that it had jagged, pointy teeth, and even its skin looked sharp. He realized that it was a crocodile. Although Ambo had seen crocodiles before in shallower water, he had never expected to see one this far out from the swamp. He also noticed that it wasn't a fully grown crocodile, maybe about 4 feet or 1 meter long. As it twisted and turned in the water, he could see that a big plastic bag was caught in its mouth, and the animal appeared to be choking. Without thinking twice, Ambo jumped on top of the treacherous crocodile and started pulling its mouth open with his hands. The two went above and below the water as the small fisherman wrestled with the predator. But years of pulling his boat out to the river had made Ambo strong. After just a few seconds, he was able to pull the plastic out from the crocodile's mouth, saving the animal from certain demise. Then he pushed the crocodile away with his feet to give himself just enough time to swim back to the boat. Ambo and a crocodile faced each other, and the animal swam off. Later, the crocodile returned and nudged Ambo's boat softly. Ambo threw her a fish, and the crocodile swam next to the boat until Ambo arrived home. Ambo's son grew attached to the crocodile and fed her with his father. The crocodile visited Ambo's home for 20 years, and whenever she was injured, Ambo tried to make her better. Their friendship proved that anything is possible. Ambo returned home with a crocodile which he named Rizkei. Rizkei often visited Ambo's house in search of food. However, when Rizkei didn't appear, Ambo would take his boat to search for her in the river. Just like a pet owner would do for their lost pet. Once he found Rizkei, he would feed her with fish or even 3 chickens. Ambo never forgot to take care of Rizkei, even when he was out of town for work. He would arrange for his neighbors or friends to feed Rizkei in his absence.